Hi there. In this video we're going to talk about how you can create quotes from a template in QuoteOnSite. Now if you haven't already watched a video about creating templates, I recommend you do that first to give you a firm grounding in how to build documents to save you time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to log into our QuoteOnSite account. We're going to select the template we want to create a quote from. Now just hover over the template and click the Create Quotes button. This will give you a panel where you can put the customer's details in. So this is who we're going to create a quote for. And if you put some details into the email box, QuoteOnSite will search to see if we've already quoted that customer before. So if I use an email, for example, tj+test@quoteonsite.com, because I've already created a quote for this email, it'll suggest that customer. Now this is important to prevent duplication of data. We don't want to create two customer records for the same person. So at this point, I would select this email address. Now you have two choices. If you created a job for this customer before, QuoteOnSite will give you a list of existing jobs. But if you're doing a brand new quote for a new job, you can put the new job name in the field below. So I'm going to create a job called Service Delivery, keep it generic. And here, because we're quoting from template, it's going to pull in all the information we had previously added to our template. And this is how we speed up our quoting process. Now you can enter some details in the job details section. And scrolling down the page, you can then add your costings. Now because we previously added some costings to our template, it brings that into the document as well. And we can opt in and out of these costs. So by setting a quantity of 0, your costing will disappear from the quote template, from the quote document. And by selecting a quantity of at least 1, that puts a cost on the document. So that means you can build up a database of prices in your template and simply opt in on a quote by quote basis. Now, because we'd also previously included e-signatures and forms information and tables, all these sections are included automatically in our quote. It's worth noting that you can delete any of these sections. For example, taking off the form by clicking the pencil icon. And here we can move things up and down or delete them. Indeed, we can add new sections as well. So maybe adding a new custom section. You just do that by clicking the Add button. When you're happy with your quotes, you can do a full preview by clicking on the plus icon and the preview button. This will show you a full view of what your document is going to look like from your customer's point of view. And when you're happy with that, you can go to email. Now because we put all the customer information in previously, we will automatically insert that into the email screen. And QuoteOnSite also has a default new quote email which you can preset in your settings section, which you can also change on a case-by-case basis. When you're happy with the email, you can either include a PDF or not, and send your document. When the email has been sent, QuoteOnSite will return you to the home screen. You can access all the emails that go out the system and emails received from the Messages menu, which you can find on the left-hand side. So by clicking Messages and Read Messages, it will show you everything that you've sent and what your customers have said in return. This is also a good way for you to have a preview of what your customer is going to see by going to the customer screen. Click on the Actions button against any email you sent and click the See Customer Quote option. Now this will take you to your customer's quote screen. Now from the screen, your customer can accept your quote, send a message, or decline your quote with a reason. They can also sign your document either by typing in your name or by using the signature pad. If you've included a required field in your forms, the customer will have to supply some information to proceed. For example, the contact number. When they fill in all the relevant sections, they can accept your quote or confirm their acceptance. Depending on what action they've taken, the quote will move along to the appropriate section in the pipeline screen. In this case, accepted. And that's how you create a quote using a template in QuoteOnSite.